Chapter 1, A Charmer Named Aryan. Aryan Kapoor was the kind of man who turned heads without trying. Tall, confident, and disarmingly charming, he was a successful architect living in Mumbai. At 32, he had built not just skyscrapers, but also a reputation for being honest, loyal, and heartbreakingly single. He wasn't looking for love, not after his last relationship had ended with betrayal. But love, or what looked like it, found him again, twice. Enter Tanya and Nisha, two women who couldn't have been more different, or so it seemed. Chapter 2, Tanya, the Innocent Flame. Tanya Mehra was 28, a sweet and quiet marketing manager with a soft smile and a love for poetry. She met Aryan at a corporate networking event. Her eyes, brown and deep, seemed to hide entire novels behind them. Aryan felt an instant connection. She laughed at his jokes, blushed at his compliments, and shared stories of her childhood with a vulnerability that melted his defenses. Within weeks, they were dating. Tanya cooked for him, left love notes in his office drawers, and introduced him to her parents, who seemed oddly eager to get their daughter married. Yet, something felt rushed. Too perfect. Aryan, wary from past wounds, didn't let himself fall completely, not yet. Chapter 3, Nisha, the Wild Storm. Then came Nisha Sharma. Bold, seductive, and mysterious, Nisha was a freelance photographer Aryan met during a building photo shoot. She spoke her mind, smoked clove cigarettes, and had a laugh that echoed with mischief. Where Tanya was sweet, Nisha was fiery. She challenged Aryan, teased him, and called him out when he was too guarded. He liked that, a little too much. Despite his entanglement with Tanya, Aryan was drawn to Nisha's unpredictability like a moth to flame. Soon, he found himself seeing both women, unsure of how to handle the emotional chaos. But what he didn't know was that both women were not who they seemed. Chapter 4, A Game Begins. Tanya wasn't the soft-hearted angel she pretended to be. She was a calculating woman with a plan. Her sweet demeanor was a carefully curated act designed to win Aryan's trust, and his wealth. She had done it before, with two other rich bachelors who eventually found their bank accounts mysteriously lighter. Nisha, on the other hand, was Tanya's partner in crime. They weren't strangers. They had met 3 years ago in a Goa jail, both arrested for petty fraud. Their friendship had turned into an alliance. Together, they scammed men, one played the dream girl, the other the forbidden temptation. While the man tried to juggle both, they quietly mapped his vulnerabilities, extracted money, passwords, gifts, and vanished. This time, their target was Aryan Kapoor. But Aryan, unknowingly, would be the one man they couldn't break easily. Chapter 5, Cracks Appear. One evening, Aryan received an anonymous message: Tanya is not who she says she is. Ask her about Deepak Sinha. Confused, he casually brought up Th. Was linked to multiple identity theft cases, and Deepak Sinha had filed an FIR against her for fraud. But that wasn't the most shocking part. Nisha's name appeared in the same report. Fury simmered in Aryan's chest. But instead of confronting them, he decided to play along. Let the game continue, only now, he would control the board. Chapter 6, The Turnaround. Aryan began pretending to fall deeper in love with Tanya, proposing a vacation to Dubai, even hinting at marriage. Tanya, unaware of his knowledge, was thrilled. Meanwhile, he acted confused with Nisha, as if he were battling feelings of guilt and desire. Behind the scenes, Aryan was copying their phones, monitoring their messages, and slowly tracing where the stolen funds from their past targets had gone. Then, he invited both women, separately, to the same weekend resort. Tanya arrived on Friday. Nisha was scheduled for Saturday. But Aryan had invited one more guest, a senior inspector from Mumbai's cybercrime cell. Chapter 7, Truths Explode. On Saturday afternoon, Tanya was relaxing by the pool when she saw Nisha arrive. Their eyes locked, panic flared. What the hell is she doing here? Tanya hissed at Aryan. I could ask you both the same, he said calmly, standing between them. Then, to their horror, Inspector Joshi walked in. "You two are under arrest for identity fraud, cybercrimes, and multiple counts of financial deception," Joshi declared. Tanya turned to Arian, her voice trembling. "You planned this? I trusted you." "You both played with that trust," Arian said, his voice cold. "Now it's your turn to play alone." Behind bars. Chapter 8, Court and Consequences. The trial was swift. With Arian's evidence, the messages he had recovered, and the testimony of their previous victims who came forward, both Tanya and Nisha were convicted. Tanya received 6 years. Nisha got 5. Their scam empire had crumbled. Arian returned to his life, not with pride, but with a deep sadness. He hadn't wanted revenge, just the truth. And the truth had cost him the possibility of love, trust, and something he thought he'd finally found. Chapter 9, Aftermath. Months passed. Arian became more focused on his work, volunteering with organizations that helped victims of cybercrime. Despite everything, a part of him missed Tanya's soft poetry and Nisha's wild laugh, even if both had been lies. One rainy evening, he received a letter from prison. It was from Tanya. "Dear Arian. You were different. We saw that too late. I don't ask for forgiveness, but I do thank you for ending the lie. Maybe in another life, I would have deserved you." Arian folded the letter A and stared out at the rain. He didn't smile. But he didn't cry either. Just silence, and a strange sense of peace.